You're the true worshipers. He stood up on the throne. The Bible said he walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. That was the human souls of men. One day Lucifer went back up to God and said, God, I got a question for you. What gives you the right to be God? What gives you the right? God scratched his head. What kind of question is he asking me? What gives me the right to be God? What gives you the right to be God? The Lord says, okay, because I made everything. I'm in the beginning. I may say, yeah, I understand it. But what gives you the right to be God? God said to Lucifer, come on out here with me. Let me show you something. And God and Lucifer strolls out into one of the galaxies. And he said, you see, that's Earth. And that's Mars. And that's Jupiter in Earth. This is how I function it. These are the chambers where the water is held. This is where snow is. This is where oxygen is. This is where gravity is contained. Y'all ain't hearing what I'm saying. He said, you see all of this kind of stuff? By one swipe of God's hand, everything is gone. Lucifer and God is standing in absolute blackness and nothing. And God turns to Lucifer and said, now put back what I just took. Lucifer said, I can't do it. God put it back. He said, that's what gives me the right to be God. When you are anointed. When you are anointed, it has nothing to do with your education. It has everything to do with an assignment that God has placed on your life. Lucifer said, that was a pretty good trick, God, and I appreciate that. But I still got a question for you. What gives you the right to be God? And the Lord said to Lucifer, you see that earth that you've been going up and down in? Keep watching it, because it's coming to naught. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness is now upon the face of the deep. He shuts Lucifer out. And the Spirit of the Lord moved on the face of the water. He says, now I'm going to recreate the earth. And I'm going to let man answer the question, who has the right to be God? And since I know you're going to lose, I'm going to give you a head start. Every man that is born will automatically be born yours. You were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. He said, I'll have the task of going down and changing them from unrighteous to righteous. And if I can do that, let the question be answered, who has the right to be God? And I'm going to let the angels keep score. Every time a soul turns their life over to God, they'll be rejoicing in heaven. I got to ask you a question. Have you given God to be right? The right to be God in your life? If you have, just wave your hand one time. Say, yeah. You're not going to be able to win the complete war by telling yourself that the devil does not exist. By subscribing to the new doctrines and new ideology that there is no hell. That's the message of the devil.